Hi everyone, it's Comics Villain and welcome to a new series I like to call The Backstory. In comics, just like in life, more often than not, you learn about the current life of the main character, and later, learn about their backstory. I wanted to get out there and show people a little bit about who the current line of indie content creators are, where they came from, and what lies ahead. In this series, I have contacted each creator to get specifics on themselves to share with you today. Alright, let's dive in. On this episode, we talk about Ryan Cardinal. Ryan is an artist from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, who studied at Cato, or CATO, for game art and animation in Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada. He's also a retired tattoo artist, of which he spent 19 years mastering his craft, and in that time he had many side projects. His current project is Kaias, Story of Blood and Stone, which you can find on Indiegogo. A link will be in the description for those interested after the video. Ryan can be found on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and more. How Ryan got into comics is something I think a lot of us have in common. In his own words, he states, "My uncles always had Conan the Barbarian and heavy metal books around, but it was my two cousins that really got me into comics. When I would go visit them, I would read through their collections, and then I started collecting after that in the late 80s and early 90s. With what Ryan shared, it's something I feel a lot of people can relate to. Many of us got interested in comics through friends and family. Could any creator have imagined that later in life you'd be making your own comic book? The artists and writers that inspire us can have great effect on those of us who are creators. When I asked Ryan who inspired him, he said, "Being a 90s kid, I was influenced by the original Image Comics crew. Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld, Mark Silvestri. Joe Mad is another one for art influence. But the real shift came when I started to watch anime, and namely Akira by Katsuhiro Otomo. Otomo is king. More recently, it's been manga influences that are driving me. Artists and writers like One, the creator of One Punch Man, this is a pseudonym, and the series artist Yusuke Murata. Masashi Kishimoto, the creator of Naruto. Yuji Shiozaki and the series Ikitosen, Battle Vixens. The list keeps going and going. Many artists and writers have unique professional experiences that help to bring out stories that are truly one of a kind, and that catch the eye of would-be readers. Ryan shared with me his beginnings. He states, "I've been drawing since I was a kid and making up stories for just as long. I had a 19-year career as a tattoo artist, so there's a countless amount of individual projects in that span. But more recently, I was working in the animation world doing storyboards. Most notable project that I was part of has been the animated series on Netflix called The Hollow. I did storyboard revisions for season 1 and full boards for season 2. So the funny thing about the show Ryan is talking about here was the other day my daughter and her cousin were actually watching this. I had a chance to check it out. It took me a second to realize what I was watching. I had thought, wow, this really isn't too bad. Had a lot of funny moments, and as well, it also had a lot of interesting fight scenes. And my kids, they seem to enjoy it. Next, Ryan talks about a different project he worked on. He says, "As for Comic Book World, my first real gig was as an inker for a comic called Aya, and it was for a comic book company called AK Comics based in Egypt. Then I did a children's book called Icetropolis, a small indie company called Rasta Comics. Then at one of the animation companies I worked at, they had a little comic book division, and I got to work on some anti-gang comics that were distributed to El Salvador. As far as future projects that Ryan is interested in working on, Ryan seems 100% focused on his current story and where it will go in the future. He states, "I'm super stoked on Kaias. It's just started, and I can't wait to get into all the craziness that it has in store." When asked about future projects of other creators that Ryan's excited to see, he states, "Kyung Lane is Battle Made in Knucklebomb looks like it's going to be a blast to read. I'm also looking forward to Masashi Kishimoto's new manga, Samurai 8, The Tale of Hachimaru." Lastly, when asked about his current projects, he brings up his manga that he's working on, and mentions another comic that we might be interested to check out. He states, "Obviously, my current project Caius, A Story of Blood and Stone, The Unbreathable Skunk Girl by Manny Correa, is going to be launching its campaign soon on Indiegogo, so keep an eye out for that." That's it for our episode of The Backstory. I hope you enjoyed hearing about Ryan, and please look for his campaign Caius, A Story of Blood and Stone, out on Indiegogo. The campaign will be ending fairly soon, so make sure to secure yourself a copy before it's too late. Let's support our indie creators. If you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button, as well as like, share, and comment on what you thought about the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Take care, have a great day.